Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to the Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament 2021, our post-Christmas edition. I'm here today with AJ213. How you doing, AJ?
Hi, hello, everyone. I'm doing absolutely wonderful, and I'm ready to see the bloodbath. That's how it works, right?
Well, I don't know, what was your Christmas like? Was there a bloodbath around the tree?
No, not this time, but maybe next time. You gotta be cautious.
How was your Christmas, by the way?
Great. It was wonderful. You, Ronan?
Good. So, being the Ronin Pawn, me and Lady Pawn went out to Mama Pawn's house, and there was cake, and there were chicken wings, and mac and cheese, and it was a good time. A good time was had. It was a merry, jolly, festive, whatever crap they say at this time of season. But nonetheless, here we are, back for our last race of 2020, which means that 2020's almost done. Bump it! I mean, it's nice.
It is?
It's nice.
I thought it was still March.
Huh?
Isn't it still March?
You know what? I understand how you could lose a sense of time throughout this year, AJ. But do not scare me like that again. So welcome everybody in chat. We've got JFred Lexio 8, Like Guy 89. Hey AJ, you're in chat. You ban that guy. 8-Bit Blitz is here. Noah Craw, who's he? Welcome everybody. We started a thing last race where we actually open up, apparently Twitch has betting, so Noah opened up the betting with channel points in Twitch chat, so that will be popping open once the race gets started. Who do we have on the docket of our first race for today, AJ?
All right, so we have TF versus Sandwich. Oh, crazy. And so I
Oh
even
no.
drew a little board for that. We have the sandwich, and then we have TF. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a second, is that a new whiteboard? Did you get a new whiteboard for Christmas? That one's got shiny borders.
It's just my second one. I have a bunch of whiteboards. In fact, I have a giant whiteboard like behind you all, and then another whiteboard right there. I love whiteboards. I love whiteboards a lot.
So Sandwich versus TF, what category are they going to be running today?
I believe it is noAbility.
No
noAbility. So this is
ability.
interesting.
Yeah, curious. I know that TF has experience in basically all the categories, just, been putting up times on everything, but I'm not as familiar with the breadth of Sandwich's running credentials across the various runs. Do we know what runs they vetoed in order to get here to no ability? Because in case you're just turning in or joining us in the competition here, the way that this works is each runner gets a veto that they can call out and say, I don't want to run that one. And through the vetoing system, we reduce down to the category that they're going to run per race. So what was Sandwich's and TF's vetoes here in order to end up with no ability?
All right. So TF, mainly in any percent runner, though, gets his hands and everything. He vetoed no utility in truck flip, while Sandwich vetoed any percent and no mov, which leaves you with no ability.
Hmm.
Interesting that TF vetoed truck flip though, instead of like no ability, but
I'm
who knows? Who
curious
knows?
to see our first truck flip run. That will be that will be a fun one. But
It
that's not
will.
what we're looking at today. Today, what we're looking at is my buttons not doing they weren't working last time. It's fine. I'll just click it and we'll go over to our race screen, which means that we're pretty much ready to go here. If the runners are feeling ready to go, then we can just get started on our first race of the day.
Should I start counting down from 10, to make it more intense?
Please
No,
don't.
no, no.
Please.
Okay, 5. Okay. All right. You know what? I'll start the countdown then. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
And
They're
the
off.
runners are away into Desert 1-1. Okay, who am I watching here? I'm going to have to get... All right, so TF is on the bottom for me. Got it.
TF took a definite 1-1. Very interesting.
Ooh, so he was going for a fast strat and fell short. It's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to
True.
do. That last jump seems carefully crafted if you're trying to run as fast as possible to not always be able to get that last hop out.
And we'll see how fast they can do desert. I guess what would be a good desert for them to leave out, Ronan? At least for
Uh,
you.
in no ability, I say, anything that's really sub 130 is a pretty good time through no ability desert. At this point, I've got myself a 1 minute 18-second time through desert, grinding as an IL, and when I'm not taking deaths and resets, I tend to be putting in around a low 120, but this is a very difficult category to run in general, and so if you're coming out of desert with anything sub 130, you're on a decent run.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I agree. But
And we've seen this, go back and forth. We've got both of these runners, with that early death in World 1. That's only a difference of 7 seconds, and that gap has closed and reversed itself here. TF going for the PPTB, or no, the pause bounce,
pause
rather,
bones.
on 1-9 to get up
And
and
he actually
over
made
the
it too.
big RNG of this moment, while Sandwich is, just sitting it out. But not really losing that much time just because he's being safe and steady. Oh, but taking a little death there, looking for what looks like a mega jump to go up and over because he doesn't want to have to deal with all these hammers, these rubber baby bubby bouncers, whatever they
The
are.
wipeout sweepers.
Mm.
Oh, Sandwich getting the pause bounce to be more competitive. It's like right next to each other now.
For an 8.4-second clear of 2-1. TF moving to the end of 2-2. Got a little bit of a slow RNG here. Both of the runners got slow RNG. Moving into 2-3 together, though. This is it's. I love to see a close race, and we got ourselves a close race so far.
Hopefully, they can keep using the powers of not dying. Although I understand if 2-4, that can be quite hard. Can
Yeah,
take all your trucks.
or just say, hopefully they can keep using the powers, and I'm like, that would be against the category. What are you talking about? What powers? You don't get any powers and no ability.
You're right. Even the powers of not dying, you don't get.
TF taking a death in 2-5 here, giving Sandwich a chance to catch up. And now Sandwich is coming into 2-5 as TF is taking the jump on the outside to catch the level complete goal plane, goal cube, on the outside of the level. Going up and over, did he pull it off? Oh, TF, you are showing off, trying to show off. This is a very tricky mega jump to get that puts you all the way up and over. It's really like a low percentage, 10-20% chance to get every single thing that you need out of that. You need every drop of energy that you possibly can to get all the way to the level complete flag on that level when you go for that method. So
is it even faster?
Not really. Not like it's the same as some of the other methods where you go up to the top early and just get a really fast run. But it is visually impressive, so perhaps TF was just showing up.
That's what matters most.
Ooh, nice jump off of that for Sandwich. Just coming across, there's a certain truck in 2-8 that hits a rock there pretty consistently, and if you're coming through with speed at the moment that he does, you get yourself a nice rocket boost up and over things to get to the front trucks. Doesn't really help you in speed, but again, very visually impressive. 2-8 is one of those sort of cycle-locked levels that you just got to deal with. And TF is now into 210, big RNG moment where you got to get up this hill and the trucks just don't behave correctly, your jumps don't come in right, so you're just hoping that 210 is kind whenever you get here. Sandwich now doing the same. Whoa, keeping it alive. That's what I'm talking about on 210, the things that it can do to you, but he does keep it alive, and we've got these two runners, just one level difference between them, coming into Winter World.
And really, one death a difference, honestly. As we can see right now, they're now on the same level due to one death.
And if Sandwich can pull off the mega jump here, he does it, but he goes for the reset instead of the backup. TF missed it as well, but went for the backup, which means that TF is, pulling ahead here as Sandwich is struggling for a very specific nose-grinding mega jump that gets you up and over and lets you out of this level in about 9.5 seconds. There's a 9.7 out of 3, too, but he did take several deaths looking for it. That is one where if you don't get it, you want to just carry through with the backup. You can walk that level out in, is it 12 or? Yeah, 12 seconds, I believe. 12 to 14, honestly, I can't remember.
When I play the level, I do the backup every single time because I just don't care to do height boosts. It's just too risky for how good I am at them. I'm just not good enough, basically.
Yeah, with those spinning rings, too, you got to get a real feel for where you're going to move, when you're going to move, and make sure that you've got the right amount of height. So Sandwich coming into 3-7 as TF is in 3-8. I didn't see what TF struggled with while we were watching Sandwich struggling, but clearly something was struggled with in order to get these runners one level apart from one another yet again. And TF is currently trying to navigate through 3-9, which can be a tricky level. With these logs, very easy to just catch a toe or a face on one of these logs as you're trying to pass through it with some speed. This is one of those levels where, sometimes it's better to just go slow and not take the death. TF coming out of it with a 12.4 at the end of the day. It looks like Sandwich got through it on the first pass with a 12.7, but he didn't take the 9-second death that TF had.
Ooh.
So now we're both in the same level on 310, a big RNG, a heavy reset moment in the run for noAbility runners, because 310 is just a lot of mess. It's a lot of these trucks bouncing off of each other, a lot of very tight obstacles. TF coming out of it first, Sandwich looking good, just needs to clear the end of this, not get too ahead of himself, and we're both in 4-1, dealing with the other end of this sort of, this sandwich of RNG on these lasers, whether or not they're going to kill you. Both runners coming out just about together and into 4-2. We've got ourselves a neck and necker here.
be interesting to see the difference between these two runners, because there is quite a huge discrepancy on how long they've been playing and how much.
TF going for the schmoover strats through 4-3, just making it look pretty. But still, both runners just, they're in the same level at the same time. There is 1-2 seconds between these two runners currently. Let's see if somebody decides to go for something crazy on 4-5. There's not really a lot that you can do crazy in 4-5 on noAbility. You just got to pass through these laser anuses. I have in IL training, and that's what they're called officially, laser anuses.
I agree.
I have in IL managed to pull off like 2 mega jumps to avoid 2 gates and get ahead of the cycles to put in an IL time, but there is no consistency to that.
Realistically, you don't finish a little, instead you just get hit with a little zap, and you're just dead to the invisible lasers. Very fun.
TF still coming out ahead, but Sandwich playing, safe and just steady, and that's what you got to do in noAbility. Both of these runners having very good runs here today.
Oh.
And Sandwich taking a death and TF taking a death. They both took a death in the same level. Oh, look out! Oh my God, Sandwich just avoiding that laser to get out. TF just shaving his eyebrows a little bit on the one on his screen as well.
Oh,
look at these 4-8s, 4-9s.
They both were like identical. Maybe they are the same person. I'm telling you.
We were conjecturing because we've got a lot of crossover in these runners. Both of them claim to have previously speedrun Getting Over It. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. So we were conjecturing that this could be TF and Sandwich may be the same person. If they are, that would be our first Clustertrucker who's playing the game with their feet currently. Finally we enter the realm of Odyssey speedrunners with hand and feet play. Thank you, TF/Sandwich.
You should do a stream doing that, Ronan.
A challenge stream. How far can I get in Clustertruck with feet only play? Yeah, but then people would demand foot cam, and then it would just get weird.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure you have a bunch of foot fungus, right?
4-4 TF just got that grab clap down that we were talking about in the first race that we ever had for this tournament in noAbility. Got himself caught on the bottom of one of these pushers, one of these clappers, these somethingers, whatever we call them.
Ass clappers.
Okay, see what I'm saying? I bring up foot cam and suddenly everybody's getting randy here. Okay, whoa, Sandwich managing to use the A-frames and just touch a little bit of everything to get through 5-5. 5-5, a very dangerous level that there's no real good method. TF keeping the speed coming out of 5-7, moving into 5-8. He's looking for a mega jump to put him up and over. He's going to land the top of this A-frame, try and keep the speed, and keep running the A-frames. No, he falls through. Now he's just looking for a truck that will get him to goal. Oh! And everything just pushes through, starts spinning the trucks he can't find to purchase on the landing. This is giving Sandwich a chance to catch up if he can get through 5-7. Oh, taking another reset, TF is. Come on, Sandwich. Let's close this gap as TF struggles to get... Oh, very nice touch on the tops of these A-frames. Keep the speed jump straight to goal. No trucks needed. But Sandwich is back in 5-7, struggling with this up and over, which is definitely not necessary for the clear here. And just going to take the backup, let the trucks come up, jump forward, clear this gap. I've found this level is just safer to sort of, hang back and see what everything's going to do, wait for it to get you to the goal, and then jump to it. That was a bit of a mess on that 5-7 too. He was not getting good RNG on that last pass, but he did manage to come out of it. TF taking a bit of a risk and jumping straight for that popper as it's shaking, but it gets him out of 5-10 and into World 6 with 2 levels separating these runners now.
It's actually very risky because if he did it too early, he could have just landed straight through the popper and ended up dying, which I've done many times. If you go too fast landing.
What is TF doing on 6-1? Looking for a pause bounce off of the front of those trucks?
I do the same thing. Speedrunners don't want to wait. Speedrunners don't want to wait.
And here we've got Sandwich coming into the end of 5-10, waiting for the shake. The shake is too late, which means it's going to cause the truck to jump. Oh, it is such a nasty situation when you get there. If it is shaking too early and you have to be on the truck while the popper is coming up from underneath you, there is no good place to be. You really just have to react in that moment, find something to land on, and keep trying to push to the exit. Oh! Sandwich doing the same that TF did on that pass, just going straight to that popper the moment that it came up. Puts him into Ancient World, but wow. 5-10. Nasty, nasty little level.
Nice 6-4 from TF. Let's see. What's the approach for 6-1?
And Sandwich is trying to make up some of the gap between them here, keeping his speed, not waiting for anything, jumping out of the top platform out to the left and clearing out of 6-1. TF making the turn, the comeback to the goal. I love some of the methods that we use for this. And TF going for the through the bars. This is why no one should do that except for Wolfie, apparently. Through the bars. He's trying to go through the bars and he just loses it. You didn't need it. All right, keep going for the through the bars. He's going through the bars. I got to do this twice. He managed to do it twice. He comes out with an 8.7, but he had to take about 15, 20 seconds worth of death for that 8.7. Wolfie, you are teaching these runners bad things. Yeah, Oh, and Tilty World giving TF a bit of a headache. But all that time spent on that previous level is giving Sandwich a chance to catch up here if he could just move confidently and smoothly through these levels as Sandwich, as TF struggles with Tilty World there. Yeah, we came into this level, there were 5 levels between them, now there are just 3.
Or 3 deaths away.
Let's see if TF gets the first try 6-10. He does. Very hard to pull in that first try 6-10. Level load hop on that level can screw you over. And Sandwich is going for the down through the bars too. Both of these people are just crazy. What are you doing? Oh, he's got the first one. He's got the second one, and he did it in 2 passes.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the first one.
Still a gain over TF's multiple deaths there, but Sandwich is also struggling with Tilty World. Tilty World is nasty. It's messy. It's another one where the best thing that you can do is slow down, and even then, sometimes you're going to have bad RNG. That was not bad RNG. That was I didn't have enough speed to make that final jump. This is good RNG. Just wait it out. Just going to wait it out. Jump out to the left now. And Sandwich Master is through 6-8. TF is moving deep into sci-fi world, though.
Oh, he's a master of sandwiches? Shit, let me change the name. Master Sandwich. There you go.
All right,
so... Sandwich, please, no, stop.
Oh,
no,
God,
stop.
Sandwich is going further through the bars on 3 days practicing this before... the run got started. We were all marveling at it, saying that's an even harder one to do. But he got it in a few tries. It's noAbility. You're draining time off. You don't need to do these things. Don't do these things, kids.
And he's doing that, but not doing any skip for this level.
Yeah, 7-1, just taking the casual, conventional strat. He's going to get thrown by this and try and jump to the goal. Even that's a little bit scary. I think usually you'd want to wait on the 2 trucks behind it, let it pull that truck up, and then move in more safely. TF has decided to be upside down. So he's taking the jump. Oh, TF is waiting until he gets to the bottom of that pipe, that pathway there to take the jump. I usually jump from the middle, but it is more dangerous. You got to be really comfortable with when to jump, and then it's still nasty. Sci-fi world is, where your run's going to fall apart if you're on a good run in noAbility, because it's just a very high skill ceiling. It takes a lot of skill to pull off these various speedrunner methods. For example, right here we're seeing TF take the conventional method for this level, the intended strategy of just going straight down to the goal instead of jumping out to the right and skipping the last half of it. There's just a lot that can go wrong in these levels. A few of them have some nasty RNG, a few of them you can really depend on, but it is a high skill ceiling.
Levels with the missiles really piss me off. I'm sure you have a lot of experience with them too.
Yeah, 7.5 has might be why there aren't any arms on my chair anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the level that. Oh, these I don't need these anymore. TF is now in the longest level of the game and doing backflips for our amusement. This is a level where you are cycle locked. You just have to wait as the trucks move forward to a time where you can jump to these big blowers, get thrown to the next series of trucks, and make sure that you land them. And what's TF? Okay, he's just going to wait this out, which is a good idea. This level, you can clear it in a high 42 second in noAbility time, but for safety's sake, you might as well leave 3 seconds on the table, do it in 45 seconds. Did he get enough pause bounce? He did not. TF, at least he didn't feel confident about it. TF goes for the pause bounce on 7-9, abandons it, looking for a truck that'll survive all the way to the goal. He's found it, too. This is going to be a first pass 7-9. Ooh, that is a
lucky one.
That is like one of the most frequent run killers for my own runs in noAbility personally is 7-9. Because of the nasty RNG that you get out of that washing machine, that tumble setting on the drier level. But TF has navigated it and is into World 8, and we've got quite a bit of time between these runners right now, but Sandwich Master just took a death on the longest level in the game. I don't know where he was in the level or how much time that cost him, but it is...
He goes near the second blower. Or, I mean, the third, I guess, then. Meaning that was probably like a 20-second time loss, which is ouch.
Yeah, that is a level that I don't know if you ever get comfortable in it, because you know that it's a 45-second level and you know how much it can steal from you. So even if you're just confident and competent in all of your methods, there's a stress that just cannot be described in this. Oh,
Maybe that's why Sandwich died, because of pause bounce.
Trying for a front-end pause bounce at the end there. Coming out with a 44-8, but leaving a lot of time on the table due to that death. I'm curious, I'm still watching Sandwich here, because I'm curious what kind of RNG he's going to get in the washing machine. So far looking good. This truck is, yeah, this is a competent, this truck's going to go all the way to goal if he just stays with it and gets the timing right. He makes it to the blower and he's out. Okay.
What a competent truck. Oh, Ronan, I was messing around with the level TF is on, and apparently you can pause bounce off of the trucks that are flying in midair.
I just recently did that myself. Everybody was, on the Discord, everybody's doing pause bounces. I took a day, I played with pause bounces, and hard to get the timing. But, yeah, you got a truck that's being fired up at you from a cannon from below, pause at the right time, and get shot all the way. Whoa, TF sticking with those trucks very late in this level, a lot later than I usually do and than I see most noAbility runners do on this level. This is another one that can really aggravate you because there's a lot of RNG just climbing this hill. Trucks start moving back and forth like there's salmon swimming upstream. And he's waiting till the last second to take that jump, I guess. Oh, taking another death there. Giving a good chance for Sandwich if he can keep clearing levels. To close some of that gap between the two of them. Ooh, jeez, TF, take it easy. Okay, he's coming up and over. He's just going to go straight to the front trucks.
Oh, the trucks don't flip. Okay, the trucks don't flip.
TF celebrating the fact that the trucks didn't hit that groove at the end of 8-7 there and just decide to nose up on him and throw him off. Is it 8-7 or 8-8? I always get confused about these numbers.
I think it's the 7.
Yeah, which means that we're down to like a 2-3 level gap, 3-level gap between these two runners. 2 levels. We've got Sandwich in 8-6 and TF in 8-8. And this is the late game where anything can happen. Coming into hell, oh god, Sandwich bouncing off all the trucks, getting hit by them, not landing on them. You cannot let the trucks control you. You must control the trucks.
Take ownership of your life.
Master your destiny today. With my new book, Clustertruck, and decision making. How to win friends and make lovers in Clustertruck or something. I need to make a graphic with exactly that title, including the or something, and put that on the edit for this video that goes to YouTube.
Have a page of the book just be an X over 9-7. No.
Well, TF
right,
has moved into hell.
And it really reflects the name. As we said, have we said that every single time? that hell fits perfectly its name? That it's just absolute hell? I wouldn't be surprised.
I tried to warn him about relocating to Detroit too, but I mean, I live here, but I don't recommend it. He's got some good moves across this lava pit. Ooh, yeah. See, now you have to know how those trucks are going to react in 9-2 if you have to stick to them, because they're not like conventional trucks. You have to sort of manipulate them. You have to treat them as though you're climbing an inanimate object, because that's, I believe, what they are. They are not trucks. They are truck models with the same hitboxes that apply to the walls in this game, except for they don't kill you.
They're imposters, then.
Imposter trucks. Maybe that's why they're, cursed to boiling in hot lava for the rest of eternity. Is that a first attempt 9-3? Because that was 9-3 is a big RNG moment in hell where anything can happen. You get stuck there for a long time. Getting through 9-3 certainly makes TF feel good about managing to keep this lead right now.
Well, let's just finish it off, Sandwich. Yeah.
And TF clears 9-4 in a first clear as well, but we've got both runners in hell now, and anything can happen, really, on 9-7, on 9-10, on 9-8, on 9-9. Anywhere you could lose time here as a noAbility runner, except on 9-6. TF's not going to lose time on 9-6, are you, TF? Just like, really put him in a position where if he doesn't get it in, he'll be like... No, you can very easily mess up 9-6 here and take deaths as well. Hard to hit these trucks in midair in the skewers, but he's got it, and he's into the most tormentuous of the evil levels in the category that is the worst for having to deal with it. He's coming across here slow, and this is what's problematic with 9-7. This is the first big problem that you see. You get up to that area, and... if the trucks have already pulled away, there's not a lot you can do about it. You could sit there and wait and see if the trucks that you're on pull up and start moving fast enough. If they don't, you're just boned and hosed and boned. But here, he's got better RNG. The trucks are close enough together for him to move across both packs of them. Now he's just got to find a path across these trucks to the end, and looks like he's going to play it as safe as possible if he just sits this truck.
Kill him, though. Okay, we're good.
And takes it to the goal. Yeah, being a little bit cocky and arrogant with the looking around there, though. I'll tell you, those trucks can hit an edge and throw you off. Needs to be looking forward. Coming into 9-8. Ooh, just avoiding that last rolling pentagram in order to come out of 9-8 without taking a death. 9-9, he's just got to go up this chain and avoid some falling trucks, and we'll be into 9-10, where the entire game could come down to. I will remind you that the world record holder in the first race that we ever ran in this competition, as well as in noAbility, spent 2 minutes. It was 2 minutes on 9-10, just looking for the clear that he wanted. So we will see right here whether TF walks this in like a boss, struggles with it, and gives Sandwich a chance to get there. He's got some ups from the pause bounce, but he misses the backup landing. We're looking for a pause bounce that's so high he can go straight to the button, but if you don't get it, then there's the opportunity to go over his arm like TF just tried to do there in the first attempt, land one of those trucks and walk the rest of the way up. He's got one that's high enough to try and land, but it is tricky to control the velocity that you get off of this jump and make sure that you hit the arm. Also, Cluster Satan can move his arm while he's doing it. Meanwhile, Sandwich is in 9-7, struggling against the worst level in the game right now. TF coming around the arm, he's got a landing, so he's got a path up. If he can just not bonk his head on any of the, anything that isn't a truck here, because it will all kill you, then he's got a chance to end this, but he does have to hit the button on the side, not on the top.
It looks like on the top. I think
it looks like on the top. Oh, is he going to go for the death clear? He's gone for the death clear. TF is going to leave his body lying on this button until the button goes through its cycle. It's going to open up the protective shell that it put on the button. His body will then sink onto the button, putting pressure on it and hitting it the second time, causing the game to end, is the method that he's going for here. If it doesn't glitch out, this is pretty much guaranteed, but it does take about 25, 30 seconds of wait time.
Oh, is he getting it? Oh, there
He's
we
got
go.
it! That is the end for TF. In a competitive race, going back to the old dead body on the button for a 27:30-ish kind of a time. Oh, I'm so glad that we got to see that method. Meanwhile, how long has it been since I said Sandwich is in 9-7, the great decider, the horriblest of horrible levels, and he's still there when we come back, fighting against this thing. Do you know
absolutely crushing.
What TF's PB in noAbility is? Because at 27 and a half...
I feel like it was like a 25. I'm gonna go check. Actually, 27:37 is what's posted, but that's RTA.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're looking at too. That's what that's what I was thinking. If that's that could be his PB. We might have just seen his new PB.
Yeah.
In noAbility percent.
Actually.
That's awesome. PB during competition. Now, both being moderators, one of us has to accept that and just, assume that he didn't play a recording for this. Oh, shoot! We have lost one of the runners.
Well, let's see, where do I put my hand this time?
Well, don't worry about it because I've got... Well, actually, you need to worry about it because I don't have... that's just having some technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can't get this feed back up for us.
That's because Sandwich went to tournament lobby, I think.
His sandwich rage quit due to 9-7. I would not be surprised 9-7 is a son of a... I have rage quit. I have a hole in my wall due to 9-7. Oh, we've got it back. Hang on, coming back to it. We've got it back. All right, Sandwich is back with us, and he's made it into 9-8. Don't know what the technical difficulty is, but we are back in 9-8. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I literally have a hole in my plaster walls from table flip rage quitting the last time that I've been running for second rank in noAbility. I can do it. Just 9-7, get out of my way. Keep coming in with like 50 seconds of time save over my PB that would be a deep second place cut on what I got. You can't get to friggin' 9-7 to get the damn job done. Anyway, this isn't about me. Sandwich is in 9-9.
I am kind of curious about the hole in the wall, though.
I may have used my monopod to be... Anyway, he's into 9-10, going for the pause bounce, gets a partial pause bounce, and then tries to land the second one. Pause bounces are easier to pull off when you've got your own downward velocity to push into them. So if you get a little bit of one, but not enough, it's worth it to take the time and try and land it again, because it increases the odds that the next one you get will be a good high one that could send you all the way to the top. So far, Sandwich getting kind of just effed over on this, and as far as I can tell, it really is just RNG. If you're hitting the pause at the right frame, then it's up to the game to decide whether or not you get one that's as big as this, or you get one that's that's more like the first ones that he got.
I think, though, if Sandwich was going for more of a backup and kind of prepping for it, they could have finished possibly the level by it now. Because if you're looking, they're not kind of heading towards the boss fight after the pause bounce, and they need to almost immediately, like for a backup, like TF just did.
Yeah, immediately turn to the right and start steering toward that potential arm landing. Looks like Sandwich is just going to go for a conventional clear here, although the movement up this hill is not easy. You got to be well practiced on it, and then the movement across to climb Satan. None of this is guaranteed, so we could see this runner go back to the pause bounce, but he manages to pull it off. Oh, good God! It's very tricky, this movement, and he's trying to take it fast, too. He's not being safe. He's not doing little bunny hops, which is why he takes the death, puts himself back here. He's got the bounce, but it's not enough. It looks like he doesn't want the try and get to the arm skip, because that was enough, but it wasn't like this.
Okay.
Now he's got to hit the button from the side. That looks like a good press. That looks like a game-ending press. That is the fail skip, and we have both runners in less than 32 minutes and 15 seconds. And me, as always, being late on hitting the timer off. I just get it. I get absorbed. I'm watching. I'm interested.
I mean, I forget to start, so
again. We're in noAbility here, and what do we see in noAbility? That 910 is, just, it's everything. It comes down to 9.7 and 9.10 in particular, but this race was incredibly close all the way into hell. We had these runners just a few levels apart, pretty much at any point during this race, you could have said that. Get into hell, 9.7... stops Sandwich. Well, TF is stopped at 9.10, giving Sandwich a chance to come forward. That is just what you see in noAbility. And it makes it so that this category in a race is basically whoever can get out of 9.10. Whoever can get through 9.7, get out of 9.10. Almost everything else could just end up not mattering.
Spend 5 minutes in desert just to get 9.7 and 9.10 first try. And you win.
And you win. Could absolutely go down that way. So have we got the runners here for some post-run, browbeating, where I'm getting out. Do I have my ruler here? Because I'm gonna slap some wrists for that falling through the grid work on those levels stuff that everybody's doing in a race. What are you doing?
I'm going to racer. Does that work?
Did you go to a Catholic school, AJ?
Not yet. Okay, TF, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
That run was kind of mediocre, but whatever, I won.
TF, it sounds like you're broadcasting from underwater on the moon. Could you say what is it that's on Doctor Who the robot guys say? Is it just destroy? Is it
Destroy.
Kill human. So TF, did you just PB? Because we're looking at a 27-minute 15. I'm sorry?
My PB now is 25 minutes, so not even close, but it was close outside of Steampunk. Like, hell was just really bad.
Yeah, it was looking very good, and the thing is, you say hell was really bad, but it's noAbility, so hell was just hell.
True.
So the other thing that I wanted to do was, say, what are you doing? Some of your methods, man, I'm almost angry with you. You're in a race, so you're doing things that, they're not as easy. You're going to lose time if you don't get them the first try. You could just walk it in 5 seconds. You're going between bars. You're falling on the sides of things. What are you doing?
I knew Sandwich would go for them too, so I went to look cool, I guess.
Some of this run definitely looked like you just wanted to show off some methods.
Don't worry, Ronan. When I'm racing, I'll be sure to do in between the bars just for you and die 3 times.
So have we got Sandwich here as well? And is your microphone similarly in an aquarium on the dark side of Mars?
It shouldn't be.
AJ, you're being hunted by someone behind you. There's someone in the house, AJ. There's something in the house. Now AJ went and broke the stream. Oh, we got him back. Hey, all right, it just worked out. Thank you. Okay,
Sorry.
Sandwich Master of sandwiches. How did you feel about this race today?
It was good for the most part, but then 9.7 and 9.10 just completely broke everything. So that kind of sucks.
That's just noAbility for you. And how comfortable are you with noAbility when you found out that this was the category that you were going to race? What were you thinking?
About a week before I knew I was running noAbility, I had I had not dove into noAbility, noUtility, or like anything other than any percent. But I knew that TF would probably ban noAbility or noUtility, so I'd be running. Or sorry, I knew I would be running one of those, so I just practiced that like for the whole 2 weeks.
Well, that is very impressive to get up to, because this race was incredibly close. You guys were trading the lead very early, and then the gap was, I think the widest it got until, the late game was like 5 levels, and then you closed it to, a 2-level gap. So coming and going in a category that is like this one, that is as difficult as this one in 2 weeks, is quite impressive. Especially going for those friggin', I admonished TF for it. You as well went through the falling through the bars methods on a number of levels. Tight little narrow pixel gaps that you gotta clear.
610.
610 in particular.
610.
Yeah,
At
610. We saw you practicing that before the race, and that is just a tricky one. How when you're like warmed up and ready to go and doing your runs, is that what you go for the 3-point-something second clear instead of the 5-point-something second clear?
I go for it just because I don't know like casual strats.
But like, are you like you don't know the movement for just like jumping out and coming back in? Like you say, you just started practicing noAbility, right?
It's true. Should probably learn that, but.
I mean, as good as you are at that one, don't bother. Just keep practicing that one, because you got that in like 3 attempts or something like that. I'm going, come on! How are you doing this? I didn't even bother to learn it. I did it once for an IL so that I could have a good time on the leaderboards for that level. I'm not going to put that in my speed run.
Maybe we should run. We're just so outdated here. We need to use the new strats, the flashy ones.
I was going to say, AJ, you're getting old. Look at you. Just the bags under the eyes, graying temples. All right, well, thank you to both Sandwich and TF for an incredible race. That was very good. noAbility. That's the tightest noAbility run I think that we've seen so far, and congratulations to both runners. Sandwich coming in with that time on 2 weeks practice, very impressive, and we'll see you back in the lower bracket. And TF, apparently the only reason you didn't beat your PB is because we're so slow in moderating runs right now.
We're very fast.
But yeah, thank you to both the runners. We have another run coming up. This is not the only run today. We had 2 runners running noAbility, both of whom I feel like might have been more comfortable in another category. And we've got 2 more runners coming up who have been assigned to a category that is opposite from their usual, I believe. So who have we got coming up, AJ, while I pick out the music for the live stream break that we're going to take here?
All right, the next race is Noah versus Lorenzo, or as most people know him on the Discord, Lolo. And they're going to be running any percent to the death.
And what is Noah's least favorite category?
I believe Noah's least favorite category is any percent. Crazy.
So this will be an interesting run to see, but in the meanwhile, we're going to take ourselves a brief break while we get the runners set up. So take this opportunity to grab yourself a snack, a drink, and meet us back here in a few minutes for the continuation of something Clustertruck Speedrunning 2020 Tournament 1. We'll be back after these brief words from no sponsor. If you want to sponsor us, let us know.
Sponsored by Expo.
Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome back to Jazz Stream. Welcome back to the Clustertruck 2021 Speedrunning Tournament of Champions. You've been listening to something. I think this is the U.S. Army Blues. I'm going to turn them down now because we're getting ready for our next race. Last race of the day, Lorenzo versus Noah Craw in any percent category, and very interested in this. I honestly don't know what Lolo's credentials or acumen is for any percent, but I can speak from experience that with Noah, when I ran noAbility for the first 2 years for quite a while exclusively, and then decided to grind up some any percent chops and started running this category in order to get into the top 5, which I did only briefly before TF, who we just saw running, took it back from me. I had to pass Noah on the leaderboards. I believe his run was 5th place in any percent. And it was a no utility run that he'd submitted to any percent. He had levitated exclusively in the any percent category and held 5th rank in any percent with a levitation only run against the rest of the board, which is also using portable trucks.
What a legend.
So
I do know something about Lolo, though. Lolo historically has been an advocate for the pause whip and messed around a lot and no utility for that, which is makes me sick. I mean, no, it's amazing. It's amazing.
What is the pause whip exactly?
So, for my limited understanding, I could hardly do it, is you go in front of a truck, you use the truck whip ability, and then you whip the truck forward, and you pause right as the truck hits you, and it sends you flying forward. That's from my limited understanding.
Yeah, basically, people who know this method have ruined the in-game leaderboards on any percent by, turning all of these levels before the best thing you could do was, like, run a little bit into the level and then truck, a PTB off of a wall in order to get to the goal as fast as possible. These guys just start the level, walk forward, turn around, do a jig, and they're in the goal. And so all of the in-game leaderboards for the fastest clears are now, 1.2 seconds. But it's so inconsistent of a method, it's so difficult to pull off that it hasn't really been that run viable. Although apparently you're saying Lolo is an advocate for a category? Specifically for the...
No, it just does it a lot. I think he was trying to get a good medieval with it at one point, and it's a pain, but you can get like sub 1 minute times in theory.
Well, without further ado then, let's jump in and see these runners in any percent.
Yeah, okay. I'll give us a countdown. May the best win. I wasn't able to finish it, but I do got no on the Christmas tree, but next time. All right, I'll start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go!
And the timer is running, and we're off and away into Desert World. Noah immediately blasting through 1-1 with a low 6-second time. I didn't actually see what it was, but gauging by the movement, it must have been a low 6-second clear. Very good at the levitation strats, very good at what we call levitation boosting, I suppose, although Noah has, previously disputed that it exists because he can, if you're a good runner, you don't need the levitation to get the same speed, you just jump at the right levels. We see Noah getting all of those nice boosts in 1.5 right now without using the levitation, just by hitting the trucks at exactly the right time. So I'm curious, as I was saying before the run started, to see how much we actually see a use of the portable trucks from Noah's run when we've got a runner who's so confident in his abilities as a noAbility and a no-utility runner.
It's the complete contrast between these two runners right now. Lolo's like doing the portable truck, and Noah's like, portable truck? What's that? Oh, never mind. Never mind. There's my answer. No one knows. No one knows it exists.
So that being the case, we are likely to see a pretty big gap emerge between these two runners at the beginning of the game that might close at the end of the game. End of the game is a place where if you know those PTBs, if you know the any percent methods... Oh, look at Noah pulling off a pause bounce on 2-1. Not even bothering with the PTB, which could have done. We'll just do the pause. Oh, and throwing out the PPTB, paused portable truck boost bounce, bubbles off a 2-2 to clear it as well. But yeah, the end game is where those PTBs really come in handy and save you a lot of time. So it does, you know, we could see a gap emerge between these two runners in the early game that closes itself near the late, while Noah is potentially doing no utility style strats and Lolo is pulling out hard any percent. We shall see. Wow. Noah moving through 2-5 with incredible speed off of that one.
Honestly, Noah's kind of running just as good as I would for any percent, like for my personal best. Just because of that movement, it's very good.
Oh, and he did give the PTB off the back wall of 2-7. Is it 2-7 or 2-6? Off of this level that he's in right now, a try. But he only gave it one try and then just ran it out for an 11.9. You know, he's being safe. He knows his skill level in the things. And the thing is, Noah has been practicing the any percent methods since he found out that he was going to be running any percent. So he has added some of this to his list, and I believe he's actually come up with a new method for 7-1 that it's not necessarily a new method, but I don't think any of us considered it particularly run viable. So I'll be curious to see if Noah pulls that out for us when he gets into Sci-Fi World. Meanwhile, we've got Lorenzo. What should I call him?
Lorenzo might be better just because we have it underneath than for the name.
So we got Lorenzo coming out of 2-8 and into 2-9 as Noah is just taking those falls off of out and to the left in World 3, which is all you've got to do to clear those. Lorenzo dealing with PB Boulder here, moving past it, letting it pass him, and then moving to the front and just leving into goal safely. Curious to see what he pulls out on 310. Goes for a, what do we call that again? Pause boost. We just got too many damn P's and T's and B's in all of our terminology. Does get out of 210, and, you know, that's a first try or second. It's a no time lossy try on that level using that method. So we got both runners into winter now. Noah moving across these trucks. He wants to get a ridiculous amount of speed and then just lev straight to goal. Goodness, for a 9.6. My God. I haven't put any time into no utility, and so I think even in any percent I don't do it that way, even though it's clear, you just get the speed and do it. He's going for the PTB off the back wall, which is, it's one of the funnest ones. Oh, look at that! Look at how much it just whips you forward when you finally get it for a 5.0 second clear of that level after a few deaths. And he's PPTBing over 310.
I think Noah's current strategy right now is if a level sucks, just skip it.
It's a highly beneficial, you know, I think that's basically just describes any percent. You know, I've got a truck in my pocket. If I could just slap it down next to a truck and go over this mess, I'm gonna do it. 4-1 taking a death from Noah. We've got Lorenzo moving across the horizontal rollers, coming into 3-9 now. Yep, turning around and going for it. Gets it second try, and I don't even count that. I don't know how you feel about it, AJ, but when you try for a method, reset once, and get it, that's a first clear for me. The first try does not count.
That's just a warm-up.
Yeah. And, you know, there is actually, like, a good argument for that, because the first load into a lot of these levels comes with a weird little hop that can throw you off. Noah doing backflips here in 4-5 as he just waits for the laser anuses, and for his effort, he took a death. Yeah. But not that much of a gap between these two runners. You know, I thought it might widen a lot more. With Noah's, you know, super fast movement. Taking death here on 4-6. 4-6, is it 4-6? 4-6 is, it's either 4-6, 4-5. Noah, it's one that always steals a life from me. 4-6 there. It always steals one. It's like, there's 1.5 lasers in that world maximum, but I manage to find it every time. Neither of these runners, incidentally, going for the PPTB over 4.5 that is potential, but that involves just crossing your fingers and hoping you don't get killed to invisible lasers that extend outside of the rings. I really have questions about, where the budget ran out on that Stargate program. Because those lasers just keep going outside the rings. This is interesting what noA is trying for. This is a very odd angle from what I've usually seen runners go for the PTB off of this. But apparently it can work if he manages the levitation well here. Oh, wow, this looks tight! Oh! noA is giving Lorenzo a chance to catch up with this attempted PTB on 4.8.
I really think he should just
land this up and over.
Version.
One more jump. Oh, my God. My goodness. My godness. My godness.
See, what Lolo's doing is what noA should be doing. The PPTB and just send you straight up. Because
you still got to get over these two lasers, and it's very tricky to get to the top of those, but both of these runners in the same level, noA coming out first, Lorenzo getting a nice tall jump here that he can lev straight to goal, and we've got a one level gap between these runners all of a sudden on the virtue of 4.8. Or 4.9. I don't.
Same thing.
A number followed by another. There's a colon between them. You can figure it out. It's a ratio. Both runners now into medieval world. Is it medieval? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty evil.
How medi is it? Mediterranean evil world.
It's a really interesting spin. Ooh, slipping right there on Lolo on the front of a truck. Slippery, those front of the trucks.
And this is really like what we could see from the rest of this race. Bear in mind, we're not even halfway through it. Half of this race happens when we hit World 7. This is what we could see in this race is a coming back and forth if noA goes for, one of those methods that he's only been practicing for a little bit in any percent and gets stuck on it for a few rounds. I think we're going to see that pretty consistently noA is the faster runner in terms of movement. Look at this. Does he make it? He comes out of 5.7, just keeping all of the speed and using the levitation just enough to stay above the floorboards that wanted to kill him there. But yeah, I think we've got, it's obvious to say that noA has the faster general movement here, but if he gets stuck on any of these methods, we can see just a 4 or 5 level lead dissolve in moments.
I do think noA also has a higher FOV, so maybe it's also tricking us a little bit with the higher speed part. But he's definitely faster, but which is something I kind of noticed. It's like stretching your vision.
It definitely looks faster whenever I'm watching a run that's got the bigger FOV there, yeah. But he's got 6.1. 6.1 was a point where he definitely could have gotten stuck. Lorenzo is struggling, but keeping it alive out of 5.8. Very nice moving back to those trucks. Shows some experience in that level, knowing what you're going to have to do. Going for a PPTB up and over 5.9. Not a bad call on a level that can give you a lot of trouble right when you get to the end of it, so long as he gets the lev over to hit the goal.
Smooth. Oh, smooth movement. Goes through the pillar.
Clipping through the pillar. I am learning more and more about which pillars you can just clip through. I've got my pillars that I clip through that I'm always like, I like to get the live stream up and oh no, and then we pass right through it. Ha 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 ha. But multiple runners have done that to me while we've been watching this. noA just chucking a truck at a pillar for no reason.
Oh no, it's time for 6.7. Oh no.
Oh, he's got it. He's got the through. He doesn't get the second through though. noA, you're gonna get chastised in the post-commentary interview.
Especially in any percent where it's incredibly easy to get the normal strategy. Just the levitation.
I didn't see what Lorenzo... I saw that Lorenzo looked like he had the 6.1, but I was watching noA's screen. 6.1 is a place where you can get hung up with the any percent method. It's one of them that... It feels very difficult when you first start learning it. It feels very, touchy and tricky, and why isn't this working? And then at some point it just kind of clicks. And 6.1 becomes one of those levels that you can depend on. But depending on how much time you've put into it, I could have seen either of these runners getting stuck on 6.1, and they didn't. noA is not doing the 7.1.
He tried for it and it failed. I had to whisper in my breath, Noah, stop it. I'm betting on you. I have money on the line.
But he's got both of these fast methods. What's his time going to be out of 7.2, Noah? An 11.0. An 11.0 with that, and that's due to the virtue of getting a good fair bit of speed. Hard to get better than 11.1 going for the any percent methods. You really want to know that level in the noAbility style to know which trucks are going to get you the speed you want. Looked like Noah was panicking a little bit trying to land those trucks there, but he managed to make it work with a little bit of jiggle to the mouse. And he's going for the PTB on 7.4, second attempt.
Honestly, I think in his position, he should, just do it normally.
Gives it 2 and moves on.
He also ended up doing 7.3 normally because he failed the first portable truck boost. I don't know. I should learn to do that.
These sci-fi PTBs are really difficult for me. I didn't learn them at all for the 5th place that I beat Noah's noUtility run with, because I just couldn't get them. Very difficult walls to get a PTB off of.
Does that include 7.3 too? You didn't do that?
I'm not. I have to think about it. 7.6 is one where I did the PTB, but anything that just had like a flat World 7 wall on it, I avoided it because it's just hard to read the wall, hard to read how close or distant you are from it.
Makes sense. I mean, both runners seem to be afraid of it.
Is my mic breaking up?
Oh yeah, I'm hearing a little weird static.
Okay, little reset to the audio engine will keep us going on that. Nope, I'm still hearing static for some reason.
And maybe it's from one of the runners.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume so. If my voice doesn't sound robotic, then I'm gonna blame the runners. Which meanwhile, we've got Lorenzo here in 7.6, and we've got Noah in 7.8 taking a death. So there's just 2 levels of separation between these runners right now. Noah is in the longest level in the game.
Yeah, it's Noah's audio. I lowered it, and it's like this. Okay, it's gone though, but there was a weird static.
Thank you, AJ. You know what? I will. Yeah, I've lowered Noah's audio as well. Okay. See, we're technical professionals here, but Noah took a lot of deaths through 7.8 there, just messing around with different methods. He's throwing the truck. What he's doing is trying to get hit by that truck. He throws it into the blower, gets hit by the truck, throwing him forward so he can skip some of these waiting sections, but had so much trouble with it. Both runners are in the same level. This is exactly what I was predicting, was a little bit of trouble on one of these late game levels will suddenly make these, the gap between the runners disappear. We've got Lorenzo in 7.8 right now, just taking it easy and making sure that he gets through without dying on this potentially 40-second long level. In noAbility, we're looking for something in the 30s. And he's going to come out with a 38. Damn it, 37.6. I was close.
Oh, Noah missed the goal. Rip. I'm honestly kind of getting nervous. I'm betting everything on Noah. My predictions. Please don't ruin my predictions, Noah.
I don't know if we should allow commentators to make financial wagers on this anymore. This is, Are you even watching Lorenzo as he's struggling on 7.10 in order to push this up? He's waiting for the goal to come out. He's got it, and he's in, and both runners are in.
I am watching Lorenzo. That's what's scaring me. I need to hire. Where's my credit card? I need to hire that assassin. I need to get rid of the. Oh wait, I shouldn't put my credit card on stream.
Noah coming through 8.1 with incredible speed moving across there. He's in 8.2 now, and it looks like he's going for a PPTB to try and get up and over. This is a level where if you turn around, throw the truck at the wall, then you can do what Lorenzo has just done on 8.3 and get through it. Wait, am I right here? I don't know what Lorenzo did, but Lorenzo is suddenly in the lead, and AJ is losing money as we speak.
No.
This is what I was predicting. Lorenzo is pulling into the lead on the virtue of his World 8 PTBs. If you know these PTBs and can pull them off, you get to the end of this level in a heartbeat. And if you can't quite pull them off, it takes a lot longer to walk through them with noUtility methods. Lorenzo now in 8.7 dealing with the salmon swimming upstream. He's just going to jump off these trucks and levitate to goal. He is clear and free. Well, Noah is working his way in with some PTBs off of the wall that he's unfamiliar with, not getting a lot out of that 8-6, resetting and trying it again.
And it really shows the importance of practicing your portable truck boost. Really does.
Yeah, and this is the World 8 these are basically the same boosts on 3 or 4 levels in a row, so it's one that you really got to get good at, and I know that Noah will have been practicing those. I think it's nerves. I think it's probably just, the stress of the moment, knowing that that it's not his strong suit. But we've got hell ahead of us still. And, oh my god, Lorenzo getting the first try, 8-10, all the way over and straight to goal, widening this gap ever more. But let me tell you something, hell favors the fella who can move through these levels, and Noah has put a lot of work into a noAbility and a noUtility hell to be very, very fast through these levels. There's not a lot you can do that's consistent with any percent PTB methods through these levels. So we could see this gap close again between these two runners as soon as Noah manages to clear these PTBs or just walk it in noUtility style, which might be his best bet right now.
Ooh, he got 9-3 first try. Although Hell does have a lot of movement, right? If you can get those portable truck boosts and pause portable truck boosts, you can save a lot of time. I mean, I think world record right now is like almost 130 or something like that in Hell. It's gone that insane.
And Lorenzo is leaving a lot of time on the table right there, taking a lot of attempts to try and get a PTB over 9-4 and just going back to the backup and trying to move through it. Very difficult level to move through, but he's got the PPTB. But Noah has entered hell. Noah is in the hell building.
And by the way, part of the reason why Lorenzo was struggling on 9-4 is, at least what I do, is I actually do the truck ahead. And he's doing the truck that he's standing on, which might be why he was struggling on it.
Yeah, might actually be a little bit more bounce to that opening truck when the level loads in, too.
Yeah. Noah going in for a slow clear. Let's see if he can pull it out. Hopefully he can.
As Lorenzo climbs the hill in 9-6, up and over the lava pit, just needs to lev to goal. And into 9-7, I expect him to go for a PPTB here. And this is a very hard PPTB to get, and he gets it first try. Ooh, this is not looking good for Noah.
Noah, I have children
to
feed.
That is an incredibly high PPTB, too, and you need a super big one to clear this whole level with it. 15 seconds out, 9-8 can still give you trouble, even with the levitation and the entry percent. Hard to get out and away from these rolling pentagrams and get back to a truck. Woo, just barely manages to, but can't get back on the trucks for Lorenzo. Noah he's running just as fast as he can through 9-6 right now. Lorenzo getting a little bit extra height on that pop in order to stay up in the air and use the levitation to get through 9-8 into 9-9. Another level where it's really just got to be movement here. I've only seen, in these races so far, we've only seen one person pull off a PPTB on 9-9, and I was like, huh? And Noah's through 9-7.
Lorenzo just gets 9-10 and finishes off this level. It's over. It's over. A huge upset.
Here he comes, into 9-10, throwing out that PPTB. 3 attempts, 4 attempts, 5 attempts. I'm not going to keep counting them. Oh, but he's got one.
Oh, no.
He's got to hit that button. He's got to hit that button from the side, and we'll bankrupt AJ.
No!
AJ! Pay up! And that's about a 20-26 for Lorenzo. The winner of this race is Noah Craw, comes in just seconds after, going for the pause bounce instead of the PPTB, doesn't quite get enough height, throws a truck at it. That's
interesting. 20-something.
If you've got a problem and you got a portable truck in your pocket, throw a truck at it. He's got it! Noah clears with a 20-53. And these two runners ending within 20-30 seconds of one another.
Let me undeafen them both.
Holy crap, what a race, what a run. See? My predictions were right. I'm not losing any money.
Okay. How you feeling, Noah?
Yeah, I really done goofed there, didn't I? I lost a lot of people a lot of money, so I think there might be a target on my head.
Yeah.
4-9 really fucked me over. Like, I screwed that up so many times, it was, like, not normal. But
Yeah,
GG.
actually, yeah, the amount of time that you gave it to try that method over and over again might have been the deciding amount of time. I mean, it's the kind of thing you look back as a runner and you're always like, if that hadn't happened, then this, and if that hadn't happened, but then this. But yeah, this was a back and forth run, and my predictions came in anyway. My prediction was not of that, anyone was going to win, but that we were going to see that gap suddenly close near the end because of those any percent PTBs. How much time did you spend, Noah, practicing the PTBs in World 8?
Not a lot, to be honest. Like, I practiced them, but I feel like with me, they're like completely random if I get all of them first try or if I don't. Because, like, I don't think I got any of them the way I wanted to. And then, the nerves start to hit, like, oh, I got the hit, I gotta hit this, and then, it's gone.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think that's really something you need to be, instead of practicing the just steampunk, but just practice like the entire game and just getting used to, I guess, trying to perform on the spot so you can get a good full game run for those PCBs.
Yeah, I've got an 18-minute run, but...
Yeah, and see, for the sake of this race, knowing Noah, knowing, your run and everything, I would have said the opposite. AJ and I are in disagreement again. I would have said, know those World 8 PTBs because whatever time you save at the beginning, if you don't have that World 8 PTB that just clears all those little levels, those 4 that are just the same PTB over and over again, the other runner's going to take back that time, and that's what we saw here.
Oh, what I mean, Ronan, is that you do the full game just to practice steampunk. Because just practicing steampunk alone is not really enough. Because again, there's
you got to come into it
level over and over. Yeah, it's like something you do more subconsciously, I guess. You got to make it a habit. But there's another runner here, Lolo.
Lorenzo, our winner.
Was that a personal best?
I don't know. I ran without recording and without an auto splitter.
What did we say it came in at? Like a 2020? Something like that?
Yeah, it's like something like that. Pretty good, actually. That'd be very high on the leaderboard.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely PB.
Oh, congratulations. Although, if it is something like a 2020, I'm not happy because that just makes me think of 2020, and we're almost out of this year. Lorenzo, stop making me think about it. Incredible game at the end there where I mean, what were you thinking and how were you feeling when you were seeing, getting those, especially those boosts through hell and getting through 9-3 with the PTB and then 9-7, like you hit that 9-7 and you were just in and out. I'm sitting here going, this is a very hard one to pull off. He's not going, oh my God, he's 9 miles in the air.
Overall, I just practiced backwards, just start at hell and then from steampunk, then from sci-fi. So the later in the game I get, the more comfortable I am.
I think that strategy paid off for you because that is where it all happens. The PTBs and any percent at the late game are the big deciding factor of in a race like this. I think that worked out. Yeah, some incredible moves once you got into the parts of the game where you could pull out those any percent things.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm pretty upset. My children have nothing to eat. They're gonna starve.
AJ doesn't even want to talk to Lola. It's like, you cost me too much money.
Can I just say, I did tell you, Lolo, it wasn't a given that I would. I knew I was going to choke the PTBs.
Maybe you should have just pretended you were playing noUbility.
Yeah, that would have probably had a better result, yeah.
Well, congratulations to Lorenzo on that run. And Noah, very good delivery of any percent as well. Like, what's your best noUbility right now?
1808 IGT.
1808. Yeah, and the thing is, like your noUbility is so strong. You had 5th place in any percent on the virtue of it, and it takes a
Yeah.
while. I found like my any percent runs, it took a while to grind them down to be faster than just noAbility and stuff because the methods are so time-eaty if you don't get them first try.
Yeah, I still haven't managed to get my any percent below my no utility. But I did want to run proper any percent with BTPs and stuff, so that's why I didn't go full no utility on Lolo.
Honestly, Lorenzo, this is not meant to be, a slight to you, but I think Noah threw. I think he had a bet on the side against himself. And no, actually, what I think is Noah, as the event coordinator of this whole thing, just gave us a very interesting race. Kept it very tight the whole time, some changing back and forth. No.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I feel like I might have been too comfortable at the start of the race too, because I don't know if you noticed, but I did a couple backflips here and there.
Yeah, and took a death. The level punished you on one of them.
Yeah, 4-5. I went upside down, and then lasers were there.
But Lorenzo, great run. That's so cool that it's your PB. We just saw a new PB for you here. I'm actually going to Noah, could you kill your video feed?
Oh, yeah, sure.
There we go. Then we got
Yeah.
But Lorenzo, I feel like we've talked less to you and you're the winner. Noah's been coordinating this whole thing, so it's just easier to chat with him, I suppose. But an incredible run. That was a hell of a hell. You if you don't already have a time on the any percent hell leaderboards, ILs, you might look at that. That might be a submittable any percent hell right there, because the first try 9-7 PT being over it, the first try 9-3 PT being right past it, a good 9-2 that you got first try, not the fastest, but it got in. That was a quick hell.
And heck, Lolo, if this is a normal run to you, right? Then you should submit to any percent, because if you could just do a few more runs and get like, I don't know, a minute better, that could possibly be like top. You could even be top like 8, or you could beat Noah, for example, on the any percent leaderboards. It would if this is just a normal run for you, Lolo. I mean, how do you feel about this run?
A lot of things went pretty average, but also a lot of things went incredibly well, like 9-3 and 9-7. So.
Oh, okay, so that's not normal for you. Okay. I was like, you got it first try, and I was like, okay. Are you trying to pass me? I feel threatened.
Well, thank you to both the runners for the run. It was a hell of a one to watch, very enjoyable, and we'll see you both back in the brackets later in the tournament.
I'm actually up next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that's favoritism. You're favoring yourself in crafting these brackets.
Am I? No. I didn't expect I was going to lose, to be honest.
Yeah, he asked me if I was available next week.
Yeah.
Comeuppance.
Yeah.
Are you available, Noah, next week? Huh?
I am. Yeah.
Well, are you available, viewers at home? Are you available, chat, for the run next week? Do we have an idea of what time that's going to be? What date we've got it planned for, Noah?
I think it's going to be the 2nd of January.
And what is that? Is that Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay.
What time? Do you know?
Hold on, let me just check, because I think Trixie versus Jax is up first, and we've planned that. Oh, no, we haven't planned that one.
Okay.
No, we don't know the time set.
Okay. So I guess tentative.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the leaderboards on our challenge.com.
Yeah.
How do you say that? Is that how they mean it to be said? Challenge? Is it French? Come to the challenge leaderboards and do a better accent, because I don't. The only thing I can do is Russian. Everything that I do is Russian. And I'm not going to do it now that I mentioned it, because that would be trite.
Can I post the link to the challenge bracket in the chat? Does that work? If I post the link? Yeah, I think it does. I'll just do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that brings us to the end of our last race day here in 2020. Let's put this lovely year behind us and move into 2021. I hope to see you back here for our run January 2nd in the new year. Everybody will be hungover. Still. But again, thank you, Noah Croft. Thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you, TF. And thank you, Sandwich, for these runs today. AJ?
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you too, Ronan. It's going to be this year. Crazy. Crazy.
All right.
More than the last year. Okay.
We will see you all back here next weekend, hopefully. Until then, may all of your kisses be Sunday something. I don't know. I'll work on it for next time. On out.